Good afternoon.
Hey, Victor.
Yes, sir.
You always talk about your improvement against the run starts up front. You know, Matt Burke coached defensive line a long time. What role does he have? I know you make the calls. What role does he have in the improvement of the defensive line, especially against the run?
Yeah, Matt has done a great job. Matt's one of the reasons it was important for me to get Matt here. He's one of the guys where this front originated, right? Being there with Washburn and Swartz, where the front originated. So he's coached it for a while. He knows how it should work, and he's done a great job of installing that with Coach Jock and Coach Rod. Also, you know, putting their input in as well, and just all three guys working really well together with our defensive line. And those guys have bought into the system and what we've asked them to do, and you start to see it come to life when we're really humming up front and our D-line is getting after the quarterback. They're stopping the run. Like, that's when our defense has played its best, when our defensive line has played their best. So our defense, it goes as far as our D-line will take us. And I think our guys have improved tremendously throughout the year. And just credit first to our coaches and also to the players for executing what we've asked them to do.
Is that more mental or physical, the improvement?
It's mental and physical, right? It's definitely a scheme change in what guys were asked to do here last year with us attacking more up front. And it's also mentally just one of the guys, we continue to do the same thing over and over again so guys get really good at it. And I think they've taken to that really well, and they've gotten better, you know, throughout the course of the year. And also adding a guy like Rankins, who's been in the scheme before, has been beneficial to us because he can tell the guys the experience that he's had and, you know, how it works. And it's been great having his veteran leadership in there.
DeMeco, what are some of the special challenges of blocking Myles Garrett and team member hoping to?
Yeah, Myles is one of the top rushers, you know, top defensive ends in this league. Everybody understands, you know, that he is one of the best players. Each and every year that he's been in the league, he's a problem. And we have our hands full for sure. You know, how do you handle him? That's the key for everybody that goes against him. How do you handle, you know, such a tremendous player, right? Run game, pass game. They do a great job of moving him around as well, so he's not just always on the edge. Myles is an exceptional talent, right? Truly generational talent who's done great things in the league.
Can you tell us anything about how C.J. is doing?
Yeah, C.J. he's doing better, improving, but he's still in the protocol.
DeMeco, is there a chance that this could end his season?
And
C.J.'s season?
oh, why you say that? Oh, don't shock me like that, man. No. Wow. No, it's just we're going through the protocol, and each person, each concussion, right, is different. So each person, it takes a different amount of time for each person to heal, just like with anything else. So he's just going through the protocol just like everyone else has throughout whenever they've been in the concussion protocol. And, you know, we just, at the end of the day, like I said last week, and it still stands today, like the most important thing is making sure C.J. is healthy. And when he's ready to go, he'll be ready to go. I'll let you guys know.
This is one of his first injuries in the NFL. What's he been like? Does he call you consistently? Does he text you all nonstop? Like, what's that?
It's just about him resting and getting healthy. That's what it's about for him.
I'm saying, like, is he trying to stay involved as much as possible? Like, is he trying to fight to come back? Like,
He's doing everything that he's allowed to do within the protocol. That's what he's doing.
One of your closer friends in the league, Mike McDaniels, he kind of dealt with this type of situation with Tua and things like that. Have you guys had any kind of communication, just in terms of how to deal with that and continue to keep the team rolling while kind of not having a starting guy out there?
No, I have not. I've not talked to Mike or anyone about it. Just speaking with our medical staff and, you know, just making sure we give C.J. the best care possible that we have here, right, to make sure everything is fine with him medically. And as again, when the time comes for him to be back playing football, he'll be back. But until he's ready to go, right, we'll worry about the football part later. But it's about C.J.'s health and him getting back healthy.
What do you feel like it is about Case that throughout his career has allowed him to come in situations and perform the way he has, despite not playing for some time?
The thing that's helped Case the most, I think, is experience, right? When you've played the position for such a long time, right, you have to have that experience, but there's also that experience gives you confidence. Right, when you've done it multiple times, you've seen multiple defenses and how teams try to attack you, right? Nothing it's a shock case. He's seen a little bit of everything, right? He's calm. He does a great job of operating. Pre-snap does a great job of commanding the huddle and making the other guys around him better.
It's along those same lines, Coach. Is that what you have to prepare for going up against Joe Flacco this week as well?
For sure. Flacco, another veteran guy who stepped in late in the season, but you've seen success from him just because he's done it for such a long time and he's done it at a high level. Joe has won Super Bowls. He's been in the playoff numerous amount of years, right, playing on really good teams there in Baltimore. So you see him step in immediately and impact this team just because of his experience, right? And he knows where to go with the football. He's smart, and he's helped that team tremendously, right? They play really good defense, and now you add Joe and their offensive attack, right, with the running game, the screens, and also the deep shots where Joe does a really good job throughout his entire career. He's done a great job of throwing the deep ball, and that's where they thrive. That's where they want to hang their hats on, is creating those chunk plays. So we have to be prepared for that.
Coach, can you offer an update on Nico Collins, George Fant, Will Anderson at this point in time?
Yeah, all the guys are progressing. We'll see as the week goes. We'll see where the guys end up.
What does it mean to you to be in your first NFL season and have your team playing meaningful football going into Christmas?
For me, it's a credit to our guys in the locker room, right? I'm proud of the guys for, how our season has went. There's been some ups and downs, but I'm proud of our guys for winning, right? A lot of tough games, right? A lot of close games that came down, to the last possession. Guys just showing their resiliency throughout this entire year. I'm proud of the way our guys fight, proud of the way they show up to work each and every day, proud of their drive to continue to get better throughout the season and not be satisfied with where we are. So that's what makes me most proud. It's just the men in the locker room.
Coach, I asked you,
We'll go Sarge, DJ, and John.
all right. Coach, I asked you this at the midway point of the season, and now that the season is winding down and you are playing meaningful football at this time, can you talk about how instrumental Nick Caserio has also been in helping the team get to this point?
Nick has done an awesome job when it comes to personnel. Throughout this entire year, we've had to add a lot of different guys at different points of the season, right? And guys who've helped us along the way, who perhaps some are still here, some aren't here. So that takes a lot of work that goes behind the scenes that no one knows, like the players that we bring in, the players that we're working out, right? Just Nick having that experience of who is the right person to bring in. It helps me because I don't have to second guess or question, right, when players come up. It's like, okay, you like the guy, how was the workout? Good, let's go, let's roll. And it makes things flow much smoother when you have that collaboration and that trust, and when you see football the same way and you know who we're looking for and the style of play and the player that we're looking for. When it matches up, right, it makes it a lot easier. And Nick has done a great job all throughout. I mean, you go back to off-season with the additions and free agency, also throughout the draft, and now throughout the season, just how you manage a roster throughout the season. It takes a lot of work, a lot of trust, and Nick has done an outstanding job there.
You obviously mentioned that Myles Garrett is one of the best defensive ends in the league. What type of challenges does it present game plan-wise to think we'll move him around, using some stunts, things of that nature? What type of challenges does that present for you guys?
Right, you have to be aware of where he is at all times. Everyone understands where he is on the edge, right? And guys, you try to handle him with two at times, but then he lines up over the center at times. You just have to know where he is and, be on it with the protection and the communication of how we're handling where he is all across the line of scrimmage. But just, when you have a player who can move around like that and be effective when he moves around, it's tough, right? And it's tough for everybody. That's why he's probably one of the top 5 in the league in sacks, right? Tackles for loss. He's a disruptive player, right? And he's done it for a long time.
And then quickly follow up on that. He's a great defensive end, but he also has very potential. How much does that help, knowing that you have a guy like that can hold his own against one of the best premier pass rushers in the league?
Yeah, it helps having Laramie. It helps because Laramie has done a good job, throughout his entire career of being able to block some of the best pass rushers in the league. You can't move Laramie around and match him up with Myles all the time. So, everybody will have their opportunity, right? And everybody just has to, do their best, stand up, do their best. And it's all about our operation as well, making sure, not just O-line, tight ends, backs, quarterbacks, receivers, making sure we're operating on time, we're efficient with our offense, right? And that helps as well.
We'll take the last two with Will and John.
You guys played with Andre Johnson, the Hall of Fame vote's kind of coming around the corner. What made him so special, so good, and do you think he's ready to be in the Hall of Fame?
Andre was definitely one of the best players I've been around. When I think about Andre, I think about practice. Right? Probably I can count on one hand how many times I've seen Andre drop a ball at practice. Right? It's just his competitiveness, his attention to details, like his work ethic was second to none. Right? And I just remember time after time going in games where they would have 2-3 guys on Andre. Everybody knows the ball is going to Andre, and it didn't matter. Right? He's still going up, making big-time play after play after play, and he's truly deserving, right, for the type of player that he is, also the man that he is off the field. Like everything that Andre has done in the community here in Houston, like Andre's inspired me to get to work in the community of Houston when I remember being here as a rookie and seeing Andre and the work that he did. It inspired me. It's like, oh, if Andre is doing it, I got to follow in line. I need to start doing something in the community as well. And he's been a great friend, a leader, right, and a guy I've always looked up to as soon as I stepped in this building, because you saw the way he worked, but then you see just how great of a friend he is, how great of a teammate he is. Anything you ever need, like Andre is there for all of his teammates. So he is deserving of the Hall of Fame for sure, right? It's not the Super Bowl and all the playoffs, but you talk about one player who's impacting the organization better than anybody else is Andre Johnson and his impact on this organization here.
Last one, John.
DeMeco, why is it that you guys can bring a guy like Derek Barnett in, he can get a sack, he can knock down the quarterback twice, 2 tackles for loss. Lil Davis, every time he uses him, makes a big play. But why are y'all able to do that up front?
Well, John, bringing those guys in, like Derek, Khalil, it's all about those guys just buying into what we asked to do in our style of play. It's about everybody playing together. When I say that, it's just, guys, you have the right mindset, you have a relentless mindset, and you love football, like we're going to put you in position to make plays. And it's being coachable, doing what we asked to do, and guys have shown that. Derek, for one, he stepped in. He hasn't missed a beat. He's made plays for us. Khalil has made plays for us time after time. And Derek was a really good player in Philly before we got him. So not saying that I helped him make those plays. Derek is a really talented player, but Derek has the right mindset, and he loves football.
Thanks, Coach.
All right. Thank you, guys.